Alisha was nearly 7 months pregnant and utterly exhausted. After a long day at a wedding she had been reluctant to attend. All she wanted that night was to rest. As she settled into the quiet hotel room, she was unaware that a man she had known for years was watching her intently. There was something unsettling about him. The following morning, a strange 911 call came in from a gas station. When the police arrived, the caller looked them in the eye and said, "It was me. I did it." What truly transpired in that hotel room? Why did a young woman, expecting a baby, never make it home? Alisha Bromfield was born on August 28, 1990, in Joliet, Illinois, to Sherry and James. She was the second of 5 siblings, growing up alongside her sister Brianna and brothers Luke, Chase, and Colton. From a young age, Alisha was known for her infectious energy and sunny disposition. Her family was everything to her, especially her mother and grandmother, who were her biggest supporters. The loss of her grandmother left a significant void in Alisha's heart, but even through heartbreak, she maintained her joy for life and vibrant spirit. Alisha was always active, smiling, and ready for adventure. She attended Joliet Catholic Academy, graduating in 2008, and then pursued studies in criminal justice and forensic psychology at Western Illinois University. After her parents separated when she was young, Alisha's bond with her mother grew even stronger. When Sherry found love again and remarried, Alisha was genuinely thrilled, cherishing the idea of a big, loving family, something she dreamed of having herself one day. Becoming a mother was one of Alisha's greatest hopes. At 16, she began working at Grand Flower Growers, creating beautiful floral arrangements sold at a nearby Home Depot. She had a natural talent for design and loved how her creativity brought joy to others. However, her job had a dark side. Her supervisor, 35-year-old Brian Cooper, developed an unhealthy obsession with her. What began as normal work-related conversations quickly escalated into unwanted advances. Despite Alicia's firm rejections, Brian continued to pursue her, ignoring her boundaries. Navigating this situation was incredibly challenging for Alisha. She needed the job to support herself through college, so she tried to keep things professional. She reported Brian's behavior multiple times, detailing how he lashed out when she rejected him, calling her offensive names and spreading lies. He abused his power, denying her breaks and assigning her extra hours as punishment. Despite the toxic work environment, Alisha remained strong, balancing school and work while enduring Brian's harassment for 5 long years. In early 2012, Alicia's life took an unexpected turn when she discovered she was pregnant. The father was a fellow student, not Brian, but he chose not to be involved. Heartbroken but excited, Alisha was determined to provide a beautiful life for her baby. She learned she was having a girl and chose the name Ava Lucille, reflecting the deep love she already felt for her daughter. However, Brian's harassment intensified with the news of Alicia's pregnancy. He forced her to work extra hours, rearranged her schedule without notice, and threatened to fire her if she missed any medical appointments. Despite her complaints to upper management, no action was taken against him. In August 2012, Brian approached Alisha with a new demand. He wanted her to accompany him to his sister's wedding. Alisha immediately declined, but Brian threatened her job if she refused. Cornered, she reluctantly agreed to attend, believing she could maintain boundaries. On August 18th, Alisha and Brian traveled to Wisconsin for the wedding. Upon arrival, Alisha realized they were isolated, with no family or wedding party around. After a brief argument, she texted her mom saying they were heading home, but later sent another message saying they had made up. That evening, Alisha attended the wedding with Brian, but behind her smile was the truth. Brian was pushing her to pretend they were a couple. After years of manipulation, Alisha was done. She made it clear that once they returned to Illinois, she wanted nothing to do with him. However, they were miles from home, and Brian had driven them there. When Alisha expressed her desire to cut ties, Brian's demeanor shifted. He became angry and began drinking. The tension escalated, and after the wedding, they returned to the hotel where they were staying. Exhausted and nearly 7 months pregnant, Alisha just wanted to sleep. As she drifted off, Brian sat nearby, stewing in anger. After 2 hours, he woke her up, asking one last time if she would go out with him. When Alisha firmly declined, Brian snapped. In a horrific act of violence, he attacked Alisha as she lay in bed. She fought back, begging for her life and her babies, but Brian didn't stop. He took Alicia's life and that of her unborn daughter. Afterward, he violated her dignity, even in death, taking photos of her lifeless body. He then attempted to take his own life by drowning, but failed. Instead, he walked to a nearby gas station, where he asked to use the phone. When the 911 operator answered, he calmly confessed, "It was me. I did it." Police quickly arrested him. Alicia's vibrant life, filled with love and potential, was tragically cut short. During a police interview, Brian admitted to everything but tried to justify his actions by claiming they had been romantically involved. The investigation revealed a disturbing pattern of Brian's behavior. He had a history of abusive actions, including previous complaints from other female coworkers. Despite numerous complaints against him, management had done little to protect Alisha. Brian pleaded not guilty, claiming alcohol had clouded his judgment, but the prosecution argued that his actions were premeditated. In the first trial, the jury couldn't reach a unanimous verdict. A year later, in a second trial, Brian was found guilty of 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide, one for Alisha and one for her baby. On July 27, 2014, exactly 2 years after the tragedy, Brian was sentenced to 2 life terms in prison. He is currently incarcerated at Dodge Correctional Institution in Wisconsin, a maximum security facility. For Alicia's family, the loss left an unfillable void. Overwhelmed by grief and anger, Sherry decided to honor Alicia's memory by creating the Purple Project, named after Alicia's favorite color. The project supports single mothers and offers grief counseling for parents who have lost a child. Sherry also took legal action against Home Depot and Grand Flower growers, holding them accountable for ignoring Alicia's cries for help. The companies were found liable for Alisha and her baby's deaths. Alicia's story serves as a brutal reminder that workplace harassment can have fatal consequences. While it's easy to tell someone to leave a toxic job, the reality is often more complicated. Alisha needed that job, and Brian exploited her vulnerability. In the wake of this tragedy, Alicia's family faced the daunting task of navigating their grief while also seeking justice. Sherry, Alicia's mother, became a fierce advocate for change, determined to ensure that her daughter's story would not be forgotten. She poured her energy into the Purple Project, which aimed to provide resources and support for single mothers, just like Alisha had been. The Purple Project quickly gained traction, offering workshops, mentorship programs, and community events designed to empower women and provide them with the tools they needed to thrive. Sherry also organized grief counseling sessions for parents who had lost children, creating a safe space for them to share their experiences and find solace in one another's company. One of the project's signature events, the Night of Hope, was held annually on the anniversary of Alicia's death. It became a gathering for the community to come together, remember Alisha, and raise awareness about the issues of domestic violence and workplace harassment. The event featured speakers, workshops, and opportunities for attendees to connect and support one another. Sherry's advocacy extended beyond the Purple Project. She began speaking at schools, community centers, and conferences, sharing Alicia's story to raise awareness about the dangers of workplace harassment and the importance of taking such claims seriously. She emphasized the need for organizations to implement better policies and training to protect employees from harassment and abuse. The legal battle against Home Depot and Grand Flower growers was another avenue through which Sherry sought justice for Alisha. The lawsuit highlighted the failures of the companies to address Alicia's complaints and protect her from Brian's predatory behavior. The case garnered media attention, shining a light on the systemic issues that allowed such harassment to persist unchecked. As the years passed, Sherry's efforts began to yield results. The Purple Project expanded its reach, partnering with local organizations to provide even more resources for single mothers and victims of domestic violence. Sherry's advocacy work inspired others to come forward with their own stories, creating a ripple effect of awareness and change within the community. Alicia's story became a catalyst for conversations about workplace safety, the importance of believing and supporting victims, and the need for systemic change in how organizations handle harassment claims. Sherry's unwavering commitment to her daughter's memory transformed Alicia's tragic story into a powerful movement for change, ensuring that her legacy would live on in the lives of those she touched. Alisha Bromfield's life was tragically cut short, but her story serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of addressing workplace harassment and supporting victims. It highlights the need for organizations to take proactive measures to protect their employees and create safe environments where individuals can thrive without fear of abuse. As we reflect on Alicia's life and the impact of her story, we are reminded of the strength and resilience of those who have faced similar challenges. It is crucial that we continue to advocate for change, support victims, and hold perpetrators accountable for their actions. Let Alicia's story inspire us to speak out against injustice, to stand in solidarity with those who have been silenced, and to work towards a future where no one has to choose between their safety and their livelihood. In the end, Alicia's legacy is not just about the tragedy of her death, but also about the hope and change that can arise from it. The Purple Project continues to grow, providing a beacon of hope for those in need and ensuring that Alicia's spirit lives on in the hearts of many. As we move forward, let us remember Alisha, not only for the circumstances of her death, but for the vibrant life she led and the love she had for her family and her unborn daughter. Together, we can honor her memory by advocating for a world where every individual feels safe, valued, and heard. Subscribe now for more gripping investigations and stories that matter. Together, we can make a difference.